Hello, everybody, and welcome to a Valentine's Day live stream. Isn't it sweet? How is everybody? And welcome, foolish mortals, to a potentially quiet and chill live stream. Because, as you know, today is Valentine's Day. A day for passion and love and celebrating togetherness. However, not everybody has something to celebrate. Not everybody has someone to celebrate with. And for those of you that don't, like me, I would like to present something. I have no plan. I was just going to chill with you guys and go through some little nightmares theories, maybe enjoy some videos, play some games, and just enjoy a nice chill evening. But I hope everyone is doing alright. How is everyone? Let's say hello to some of you guys. Lefty Bear, what's up? Detective Fallen, we got members in the building already. Lucy, hello. Happy Valentine's Day to you. Happy Valentine's Day. Idiotic Bookworm, hello. Heaven Robinson, hi there, you have an awesome name. Osama Ahmed, hello and welcome back. Just GKS, would you supervise the supervisor's heart, my brother? I'm sure you would. Let's go, JK Mal, what's up? Happy Valentine's Day to you. Hey, little bit of nightmares. Jeffrey Circle, what's up? And happy Valentine's Day. You appreciate the teddies and the chocolate? Nobody bought me a gift. I'm only joking, I don't have feelings. Oh, yes, let's go everybody. We're so back. Happy Valentine's Day, Fulcrum. How are you? Low and alone, hello there and welcome to the stream. Solamax, why is Roger not on the poll? I should really put Roger on a poll. Yeah, in fairness, I was considering doing a bunch of them and, just line up, but it'll only let me have so many options. And I was like, who are the two I would least like to get into it with? And I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I can look either of them in the eye, Imagine having dinner with one of those two. Good grief. And weirdly, it's 50-50 so far as well. 16 votes on the poll so far. 8 of you have voted for teacher. 8 of you have voted for supervisor. Let me know why. Because I really need to know. Hi, hello, Teiko. How are you? Hi, and where's my sixth sound? Hi. There you go. Hello, Jeff. Hello, Nightmare. I'm in school currently, but it's fine because I'm in study hall. Oh, well, that's fine. As long as you're not missing anything important, then that's okay. But yeah, honestly, if you need to study, you go study. Today, I am very, very clear and acutely aware of the fact that people have other things to do on Valentine's Day other than watch my face. So if you guys have got to go, if you got elsewhere to be, do not worry about it. You don't have to justify it. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to excuse yourself. I'm just happy to see whoever shows up because I, like a lot of you, I'm just chilling today. I have a beverage though. I have a beverage and I have some edible gnomes with which to satiate my hunger. Oh, and I broke his arm off. Oh, no. I've got more. Don't worry. It's okay. I have more. Valentine's Day dinner right there. That's what that is, guys. I even brought my raincoat to eat them in. I'm sick. I'm going to hell. Spending my birthday single this year. Good choice, little bit of nightmares. So am I. Honestly, there's nothing wrong with being single as long as you're at peace with it. I know a lot of people say that you'll find the love of your life and you don't know what's around the corner, and you really don't. And if you're unhappy being single, that sucks. But the best thing that you can do, in my opinion, is don't necessarily look for love, but learn to find love within yourself. And I know that sounds really cheesy and corny, but if you spend every waking moment of every day working on yourself and learning to love the person who looks back at you in the mirror, then you won't necessarily long for the comfort, affection, and affirmation of the people around you. It's nice to be told that you're pretty or you're good looking or somebody cares about you and things like that, but it's also really, really important that you care for yourself and learn to love the person looking back at you. So if you happen to be spending Valentine's Day on your own and you're looking in the mirror and you're thinking it's because I'm fat, it's because I'm thin, it's because I'm ugly, it's because I'm ginger, it's because I'm too much into video games, you know, whatever the case might be, whatever your insecurities, figure ways that you can work on yourself and learn to improve them in ways that will let you look at yourself and be proud of the person you've become. I love myself. I love me. I look in the mirror and I really like who I've become and who I'm becoming, and I like the fact that I'm able to work on my insecurities all the time. It's not a reason to be upset. It's a reason to be motivated. Like, find your drive in the mirror. I do. And I find my drive right here behind this screen because I'm able to do something nice here. I'm able to give you guys a safe space and a comforting and welcoming environment where you could come and just forget all about it. So whether you're celebrating Valentine's Day or not, I invite you to chill with me. My metaphorical doors are open. My physical doors are not. My physical doors are locked with barricades and a minefield and an electric fence. But my metaphorical doors are open, and I welcome you all to a very special live stream. And I say special because it's really not. It's just you guys chilling with me. But it's special because I appreciate each and every one of you showing your faces and spending your time with me. Hello. But yes, hello there. Heaven Robinson, you finally made it to a live stream and I'm really glad you did. It's about time you actually got to see me talk in person. And I get to talk back in real time. Well, almost in real time. Because I'm always super late to the chat. So forgive me if I take forever getting to your comments. But I do like to read them all. Like Teiko saying, yeah, I would rather date Roger. Why? It's because of his arms, isn't it? It's because he's got bigger arms than me. That's the problem. He's got bigger arms than me. It's not about the size, Teiko. Oh, Christ. I'm going to hell. Plasmatic, boop. Hello there. Oh, I'll buy you a gift. You don't have to, nobody has to buy me anything. Don't worry about it. I'm only messing with you. I don't have feelings. Kaima Heinerson, hello and welcome. Happy Valentine's Day to you. You forgot the most eligible bachelor, the granny. Oh no. I should put polls up for all of these characters, right? We got 20 votes so far and it is straight down the middle. Somebody break this up because I thought it would be a lot more mismatched. Very interesting though. POV right now. Okay, hear me out. The granny. There's a lot of love for the granny going on in this. I'm starting to question some of you guys. You guys are a little bit sus. It's probably sus. Them gnomes or the granny. I don't know what's more stale, the gnomes or my granny. My granny's definitely stale. My granny's dead. Guess who's dropped in? Hello, Noah Vassar. Hello there. Happy Valentines. Quite right. Aaron Stockton, sorry. Mirror Man looks back. Yeah, exactly. You look in the mirror and the mirror man looks back. That'd be daunting, wouldn't it? But at least he wore a suit for the occasion. He made an effort. Give him credit for that. Just GKS. Also, I won't be able to chat as much since I have 5 scenes to film, since I didn't film the entire week. So yeah, but I'll still be watching. You! Get to filming. I'm interested in seeing what you produce. I really want to see what content you do moving forward. I've only seen some glimpses of it, but I am very interested and highly intrigued by what Just GKS has got going on. I might even showcase some of that on the channel. What do you guys think? I'm looking at that camera, this camera. What do you guys think? Should I have a little look at Just GKS's content and share with some of you guys what's going on? Because I've actually fired up some little nightmares animations. Little animes. Cool, lol. Yeah, what do you think? Should we have a little watch of those at some point today? Because I feel like we should. It's going to be a very chill stream. Ah, too much into video games? No such thing. I agree, right? Who could be too much into video games? Great minds do think alike. Gemini, I have to go, but I just wanted to know... Blah, 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 blah. Excuse me. That was my French. Gemini, I have to go. I just wanted to know. Wanted you to know. Happy Valentine's Day. And sorry, Michelle. Hey, don't worry about it, low and alone. It's absolutely fine. I really appreciate you stopping by and saying hello, and I really hope that you enjoy your Valentine's Day, whatever you might have planned. Have a great day, and thank you so much for stopping in. And also, yes, I did see your how to make a lawn video. It was very impressive. I love your figurines. I think they're great. Very, very creative style you've got there, Love on the Lawn. I'm going to dip until 3 p.m. It's 2:10 right now. I'm just going to take a nap because I have a migraine. Hey, yeah, don't worry about it, Nightmare. You should take a nap. You should rest up. You should feel better. Hopefully, like, I can't imagine my voice nor my face on the screen is going to help your migraine. So, by all means, take a nap, have a sleep, rest up, recover, feel better. And if you want to stop by later on and say hello, that's absolutely fine. I would welcome you with open arms. But if you don't get a chance and if you want to stay in bed, I don't blame you. I'd do the same thing. Sorry guys, I'm with the leeches. Don't. There's a couple of people in here that are with the leeches, it would appear. More so the granny. Hunter is best boy. The Hunter's probably the most jacked. Dariana Sanchez, hello. Good time zone. Thank you very much. How are you? I hope you're doing okay. Happy St. Valentine's Day to you, Alex the Frog, and welcome. Alex the Frog, did you see that I featured your artwork in my video? I thought it was very impressive, by the way. I really, really loved your concept for the Silent Girl. And you captured the depth of field really, really well in that design. It was brilliant. Very, very impressed. Yes, GKS's content is indeed awesome. Oh my god, are we going to watch a Run Rabbit Run one? I don't even want to know what that is. We might, though. If I can find it on YouTube, it can't be that bad. So I'm trusting you, Bookworm, right? But if I put something sussy-wussy on my live stream and I get demonetized, I'm blaming you. And I'm taking away your prize. No, I'm not going to do that. But Idiotic Bookworm actually won a copy of Little Nightmares 3 from me. So as soon as it comes out, I will be purchasing that for you. Not as a Valentine's Day gift, but just because you won the competition. I don't know if I will give someone a Valentine's Day gift this year. What do you guys think? Shall I do a giveaway? Shall I buy you guys something? Who wants a present? Wait. There you go. Who wants a flower? Who wants a flower from me? Pretty. And thorny, but pretty. Here you go, 6. Hold this. Where's the granny when I need her to present my flower to? I think if the granny wanted a flower from me, she'd just come and take it. Hear me out, North Wind's looking kind of hot. I wonder if they're single. Well, it could be. You never know. I mean, the North Wind, he spends a lot of time chasing people. He can blow me. Oh no! I'm going to hell. Look what you've done. This is your fault. Stop bringing the worst out in me. I used to do animations a lot, and I actually have a subfolder full of Little Nightmares assets and sounds for Source Filmmaker. Plasmatic, you should absolutely get back into that. That's something that you can do. Like, I've been watching some Little Nightmares animations recently that just absolutely blow my mind. They're like unbelievable. Little Wolf Productions made the Dance of the Damned, which is featured in the thumbnail of this video. I think we should actually watch that today. What do you guys think? Should we watch the Dance of the Damned as well? I think we should definitely do that. I will get rid of my big face at some point when I'm finished talking to you guys, and we decide to drop in and watch a couple of videos. Also, if you haven't pressed the thumbs up button, please do so. It really helps me out with the algorithm, and it'll help reach people. Also, if you know anybody that happens to be spending Valentine's Day alone, who is a Little Nightmares fan, and they just want something to do to distract from the fact that they're just sitting there bored, send them this video, because we can all chill and chat together. I'd love to have them here. Nova Sa, I have an idea for what you can do for the stream. Since it's chill, why not a reaction stream to another Little Nightmares content creator channel? GamerJube. Yes, GamerJube have done some incredible stuff. I actually spoke to GamerJube quite recently. Well, I say quite recently. It was towards the end of last year. Very, very nice people. really talented team behind them. And yeah, I might well check out some of GamerJube's content as well while we're here, because if we're going to chill for the next hour or two, then I might check out a few of these videos that I often bring up in these streams. I'm playing Terraria right now. Well, good for you. I'm not playing anything, but I kind of want to play Little Nightmares too, because I had a lot of fun doing it last time. But it's hard to keep up with chat when I do. In case I want to devote myself to making a little night. Yeah, exactly. It's always good to have it archived, right, Plasmatic? Doing fine so far, thank you. Glad to have been in the space to drop by. How's the day going? The day is going absolutely fantastic for me. I've got a lot of things to look forward to this evening because I am chilling out. It's rare that I get a night off. So it's really nice to be able to chill here. I don't have to worry too much about my diet, so I can have a cheat meal. I can have a nice cold beverage. I got some. I got a new one actually. It's still cherry. It's Dr. Pepper cherry flavour with ice. It's very, very nice. I'm enjoying it a lot. It's a new one. Sugar free though, because I'm trying to be careful with my weight and so on. I'm trying to get jacked. So I can only have so much, but I do have an ice cream in the fridge. And I have some gingerbread gnomes that I'm going to eat as well. They're not still, by the way. I keep making new ones, just so you guys know. They haven't just been sitting there behind me for the last week. Finally finished playing Everclass in Terraria. Oh my god, is it challenging? I've never played Terraria before. Jetty Spaghetti is in the building, everyone bow! Everyone bow to my guardian angel. Welcome, Jetty Spaghetti, and happy Valentine's Day to you. Oh, it's so good to see you, Jet. Thank you so much for stopping in. I really appreciate Jet as well, because talking of work, Jet works all the time. She's constantly at work, 24/7, never stops, never slows down. She works a very high-profile job as well. So the fact that she gets to stop in and say hi to me is very, very wholesome and heartwarming. I very much appreciate you being here, as I appreciate each and every one of you. And I hope that's evident in the fact that I'm trying to keep up with these keep up with this chat here and respond respectfully to each and every one of your messages. Speaking of, are we going to say no to something free? I don't know. Are you? It depends what it is, I suppose. There's a couple of things I could offer you that you wouldn't take for free. By the way, Gem, I got third for districts and made it into regionals. Yes, Bookworm, that's what we're talking about. I'm so proud of you. Well done. Really, really well done. How do you feel about regionals? How long until regionals, actually? Is there like a window you get to train and practice before regionals? Or are they like throwing you in? Is this something that's happening next week? Or have you got like a couple of months to practice? And how do you feel? I hope you're feeling confident. You should. Never overconfident, mind you. Never too confident to train and practice and refine your technique. But I am very, very happy to hear that. Really, really impressive. Run Rabbit Run video, it's the Little Nightmares 2 fan animation. It's a neat piece of animation, like from the times when the Wilderness demo just dropped. I'm really interested to see that, Dariana. I think I will be watching that today. I'll watch that, The Dance of the Damned, and maybe some of GKS's videos as well. He can what? I know, right? I promise you won't be banned. Maybe. Thanks, Bookworm. I have all the faith in the world in you. Thank you, Gemini. I did see the video and I'm glad you like my art. It took me 15 attempts. Hey, I'm not surprised. Like, art is very, very difficult, and I find that when I draw, and I'm not good, but even when I do, when I try to draw well, I do have to go over it again and again and again to get it just right. I'd never ever get it just right first time, which is weird because both of my parents are artists, so they're like very, very good at drawing, like really good calligraphy skills and pen to paper and everything like that. And me, I am like a pitiful artist by comparison. But even I, at a very basic and fundamental level, understand that when you really want to create a piece of art that speaks to people and that you're proud of, you never seem to get it first time. You need an eraser. You need to be able to go over and correct what you've done. Man, I have various fan animation videos I know. If you need options, we might do, Dariana, and feel free to drop them in the chat as well, because you're more than welcome to make your suggestions. Can't promise I'll get to them all, because I have a tendency to over-talk, overshare, and yap, because, as you all know, I am a professional Little Nightmares yapper. Also, one of my favourite Polish words, that a lot of my Polish friends say that. Yapa. It means shut up. Yapa. What are we saying? I think I'm going to use that flower to give to the girl that changed my heart in 2023. Oh, well, that's really nice, Osama. I'm really glad that you have somebody special in your life. Hopefully the flower will do her some good. It's definitely doing her more good than me. I have hay fever. If anything, it's just going to make me sneeze. But it's very pretty, though. By the way, I've been working on my own version of the Descent to Nowhere comic based on the old version posted on Instagram. I got most of the story ready, but I ran into a little problem. What little problem? And I'd be intrigued to see that, Alex the Frog. If you feel up to sharing, feel free to send that to me via email the same way you sent your artwork in to me before, because I'd really like to see that. I've been doing a lot of reading. I've been reading the comics recently quite a lot to get an idea of panels and dialogue, and you know the way the publishers have directed the narrative. Because as you know, I'm making a comic of my own. Based in the Little Nightmares universe and based on characters that we know and some characters that we don't, with a few of my own little bits thrown in there, but I'm trying to, like I always do, keep it key to the actual lore so that it doesn't so that it's not like a jarring change or anything like that. But I've never made a comic before, so I'm really interested to see how that goes. And yeah, I'd love to see the creative process. A friend of mine, Faceless Art and Skills, she often sends me her artwork. Her artwork was featured in that video, and it's been featured on my channel in the past as well. But she likes to get my opinions on art, particularly surrounding the Little Nightmares universe, and she's made a comic of her own as well that I'm in the middle of reviewing. It's very, very impressive. And just like that, a lot of sus art of the North Wind was made. Exactly. Somebody Mono, hi! Hello there, welcome to the stream. How are you, Somebody Mono? It's good to see you. On closer inspection of the original comic panel, it seems Mono and the Silent Girl were stuck in a city with a jail-like building. I initially thought it was all just a prison. Interesting, so it's like a city. So it's not just one building then. It's weird as well, because if you consider the Nowhere, I saw somebody's artwork yesterday. I think it was Roman Goomba's artwork. On the Discord, and they made like I forget what it was called, and I feel very disrespectful for not appropriating it correctly. But it was like a stone city. I'm gonna have to go back and take a look at that. It won't let me do it now, because if I open Discord, the stream will die. But yeah, if you guys are part of the Little Nightmares Discord or the Little Nightmares Reddit Discord, check the art page in there, because there's some really impressive stuff. And if you happen across Roman Goomba's work, let me know what it is if you know what I'm referring to. The poll is still at 50-50 with 30 votes. It's still got it's still like right down the middle. So more people find the teacher a little bit more bearable than the supervisor. I'm not sure if I agree. But the teacher's a nightmare. Dr. Pepper, I love that. Yeah, I know, right? What do you think of it being cherry flavour as well? Because I wasn't sure. I was like, well, Dr. Pepper, it's Dr. Pepper. I have cherry cola all the time. But I do like Dr. Pepper. But this with a hint of cherry is just mwah, chef's kiss. It's very sweet, though. Very sweet. Even though it's no sugar. This is like the diet version, so it's a no sugar version. But it still tastes very sweet. I know it's got like a ton of artificial sweeteners and things like that, and that's probably why. But yeah, delicious. That's amazing to hear. You know, GamerJube did an OC of mine for Poppy Playtime called Rowdy Rex, and we should do a voting poll to watch GamerJube Little Nightmares play. Hey, yeah, you know what? I actually watched, because when I made my speculative Little Nightmares DLC videos, a lot of people compared my style of animation, which was rudimentary at best, but they compared it to GamerJube and what they do. And at the time, I'd never heard of GamerJube. I was like, well, that's a new one. I'd like to check them out. And I can see why, because it is like a very basic, like, PNG-style 2D animation that they do. But they use their own artworks and their own... but because they have an in-house artist, he's very, very talented. And I ended up doing exactly what you said and binge-watched the whole series. Because I've done, like, a 20-part series of, like, what needs to be in Little Nightmares 3. And it's very, very good. I really liked it. Some of the concepts in there were really impressive. And yeah, I can absolutely see the similarities between my content and theirs, to a point where when I was working on chapter 4, I reached out to GamerJube and I was like, hey, what do you think of this? You know, and I reached out to them and I was like, you know, what do you think of this? What do you think of the artwork? And I asked if they would be interested in doing some work with me. Unfortunately, they are really, really tied up. They've sort of moved away from Little Nightmares and more towards Poppy Playtime and Five Nights at Freddy's, which is absolutely fine. They're a massive channel. I wasn't expecting them to be free enough to work with me. But I thought, what's the harm in reaching out, right? Guess I have to change up the story now. Maybe, maybe. But adapt and survive. That's what we do here. Respect for you actually going and reading every message in the chat. Yeah, I do try. And with it being a quieter stream, like there is, what, 20 of you guys? Yeah, there's around 20 of you guys in here, and because most of my streams recently have been midweek, intentionally, because I've been celebrating things like the anniversary of Little Nightmares, my channel's birthday, and then of course Valentine's Day. Typically when I go live, I don't do it until the weekend, and on the weekend there's a lot more of you guys, and it's way harder to keep up. So I feel like I have an excuse to sort of skip chat a little bit if I do happen to miss it. But like this, I do try and read each and every one of them to the best of my ability. I do apologise if I miss some. You know, sometimes the chat goes a bit quickly or it jumps on my screen and I get lost. But yeah, I like to let everybody feel like their voices are being heard. No, Tomato Man, you're not late. Not at all. Not at all. You're right on time as always, because it's just me yapping, and it will continue to just be me yapping for a little while. We are going to watch some videos today, though, if you're interested. We're going to watch some Little Nightmares animations as recommended by some of you, and some that are recommended by me as well, because I think some of them are really good. In fact, one of them is featured in my thumbnail. Most of you will be familiar with it. If you call yourselves Little Nightmares fans, you'll have seen The Dance of the Damned by Little Wolf, is it Lone Wolf or Little Wolf Productions? I'll have to look that up, but you guys will see, because I'm going to watch that shortly anyway. Oh my god, wait, Gem, you actually need to watch Dead Hearts animation. It's really good. Dead Hearts animation. Remind me of that one when we actually come to watching videos there, JK, because if you want me to watch it and you think it's really good, if we can find it on YouTube, I'll give it a shot. I will mention them when you ask. Good, thank you, Dariana. Appreciate that. Do you guys think the Descent to Nowhere will end with the detective turning into a resident? That would be an awesome twist, I think. That would be really cool, because the detective, like Otto, is not necessarily an older person, but she's not a child. So with her being an adult, if she does happen to find her way into the Nowhere, if she gets trapped there, she might end up becoming a resident. That's really cool. I hadn't considered that, actually. Weirdly, I did consider this, because I was talking to the Overman recently regarding an idea I had for a police station based in the Little Nightmares universe and in the Nowhere. And we considered a character called the Detective. It wasn't the detective from the Descent to Nowhere comics, though. It was that my idea for the detective was based on an old concept that I drew up, that I based on the face of the character that the Overman uses as his profile picture. So the Overman drew me up a concept for it, and it was really cool, and I really liked it. That might be something that we explore in depth a little bit further on. I might see if the Overman would be interested in doing a collaboration with me when it comes to doing that, and featuring on this channel at some point, because the Overman is a very talented creator. Get a Valentine? No. Watch Little Nightmares stream? Yes. Excellent choice, horror fan. Excellent choice. That's what you should all do. All of you that are out there on dates right now, drop it immediately and tell them that you're leaving, but before you do, get them to come to this video, like it, subscribe, ring all notifications, and join in with the chat. Ruin your date. Also, don't listen to me. I'm talking garbage, but that'd be funny. Dariana, Legion? Maybe. Maybe a little bit Legion. Maybe a little bit Legion. You know, some of you guys have drawn me some absolutely fantastic artwork of Legion as well. For those of you that don't know, or for those of you just finding me at the moment, I made a Little Nightmares OC. My first ever Little Nightmares OC, and I called him Legion, and I think he's awesome, and I absolutely love him. I think his design is great, and I'm really happy with how my artist drew him. And I've actually promoted him on the channel before, and he may be featuring in future videos and stuff if you guys like him. But some of you were kind enough to draw Legion for me and make me some fan art of Legion as well, which I very much appreciate, and I love to see it. If people want to draw me fan art, I often recommend that they draw Little Nightmares stuff, and if it includes Legion, you'll definitely be getting a shout out, because that's like my proudest connection to the Nowhere at the moment, is Legion. Well, do you want to know the truth? Before I go to college, I used to see her in the last year of school, and then we began to introduce ourselves, and I never heard anything from... Oh, well, that's a pity. Hey, you know what? At least you introduce yourself, though. This is the thing. Sometimes you shoot your shot and you miss. And that's a life lesson. Sometimes you've got to take the L. It's not always a comfortable thing to experience, but I definitely think everybody should subject themselves to stepping outside of their comfort zone. So if you have trouble talking to girls or talking to boys or talking to whoever you're into, there's a person you like, regardless of like who they are or what they identify as, you like this person and you want them to know, but you also don't want to feel rejected or anything like that. Weigh up the pros and cons. Are you already friends with this person? Have you developed a relationship with this person? Would it damage that relationship if you were to extend your emotions? Consider it from all different angles, but don't be afraid to step outside of your comfort zone, because although it sucks at the time if it doesn't work out, it shapes you. It shapes your character. As anybody that's ever gone into like martial arts before, or competition sports of any kind, will say that, stepping outside of your comfort zone is a very difficult thing to do. It's like getting on stage for the first time. Like if you're a performer, if you're a singer, if you're a dancer, if you're a musician, if you're a martial artist, it's like performing in front of a crowd, and they may love you, and they may reciprocate you. It's like putting yourself live on the internet and saying, hey, I made this, what do you think? Now, there is nothing stopping the world coming down on you and hitting you like a ton of bricks, and it's their prerogative and their right to do that. And sometimes it sucks, but it thickens your skin, it broadens your horizons, it toughens your armor, and it refines your resolve. It makes you a better, stronger person to step outside of your comfort zone. So don't worry about taking an L. If you don't hear from that person, then they just weren't the right person. That's all. But big ups to you for stepping outside of your comfort zone and making it known that you like them. And yeah, people will be hurtful as well. Like, this is the thing. The internet is a dangerous place, and that is where a lot of people meet online. And stepping outside of your comfort zone and putting yourself out there for people to see and to judge, that can be a very, very daunting thing to do. I literally got a comment the other day. Literally the other day I got a comment on one of my videos, and I was like, oh cool, new comment, let's see what it said, and I went in to read it with a big smile on my face, and it literally just said, damn, you look fucking weird. And I'm like, oh, thanks. And it sucked because I was so excited. I was like, I got a comment on another video, and it was literally just someone showed up to insult me and tell me I was ugly. And I'm like, oh, well, all right, well, thank you. I really appreciate the constructive criticism. But that's the thing, if I didn't have thick skin, if I can't take an insult, then I definitely shouldn't be putting my stuff on the internet. You need to be able to take criticism. Granted, that person was just being mean. I don't know what they were going through, or, what that reflect about them and their personality, but it's their prerogative, and it's their right to say what they want to say, when they want to say it, to who they want to say it to. And I put myself on the internet to be judged. And now I can do one of two things with that comment. I can either take it to heart, sit, cry, be really upset, and start wearing a mask everywhere I go, because I feel like I'm so hideously ugly that one person's like impression of me matters and resounds with everyone around me. Or I could just take it for what it was, which was most likely just a trolling person looking for a fight on the internet and wanting to throw some insults out there, throw some shade. It was kind of funny, you know, I can laugh about it and I can say, yeah, I got one negative comment. But for that one negative comment, I've got thousands of positive ones. Look at all the nice things that you guys have had to say. And, you know, if I ever do get a miserable comment that makes me feel a little bit, you know, get a bit in my feels about it, I just go back to my other videos and I read the rest of the comments. Because that bolsters me. It makes me feel better because I know that my positive qualities as far as creating content goes far outweigh my negatives. At least as far as my audience is concerned. And it's your opinions of my content that matters on YouTube. Don't take everything to heart. Try not to take things too personally. And don't take yourselves too seriously either. Just sort of like roll with the punches and laugh with it. It's all good fun, right? Let's see. Where am I? Sorry, I got caught up in that there. A busy festive week for me indeed, Dariani. Absolutely right. Alex the Frog says, speaking of Reanimal, I made a subreddit dedicated to it. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, if you guys are interested in Reanimal, which I absolutely am and will certainly be playing, and I can't wait to see more on, then yeah, look into that. I might even do that myself, Alex. Oh my god, Dead Hearts mentioned. The channel Monster Corner has one video as of now, but he has some great... yes, Aaron Stockton, I saw Monster Corner's concept, and that was one of the best I've ever seen. I would love to see that concept brought to life. There was a number of different monsters and different areas in that game, and it looks like they have thought out that entire scenario for months, maybe even years. Like, it fits so well with the aesthetic of the Nowhere, you know, the character design, the art style, just the general themes that you come across in that video. Very, very impressive, and I would love to see more from them. Given the gravity of how good their content was, I'm going to assume that it takes a very long time for them to put together videos like that, especially considering the amount of unique artwork that they involve. A lot of the work that I use is taken straight from the games, so I can produce the content a little bit faster, but I do need to employ artists to help me to create more content. But not all of it. But sorry, where was I going with that? But yeah, but Monster Corner, pretty much all of their video is their own art. They drew the backgrounds, they drew the monsters, they drew the characters, they drew the individual concepts. So yeah, very, very impressive work, and I'm really glad that you mentioned them, Aaron. Really, really impressive. It's another one that we might check out. Don't think we'll watch it in its entirety, but I'll definitely share the channel with you guys because it's worth a mention. Rexo & Co. Why am I being asked to date an old woman that tried to kill me? No. You're not being asked to date them. Just being asked which one could you tolerate more. And the supervisor hasn't tried to kill you. Yet. Give it time. Hey, Basement Dweller, how are you? Oh, my girlfriend went with a friend instead, so here I am. Hey, don't you worry about it. I hope you're having fun back in the basement. I'm just chilling right now as well. I hope your girl is having a good time doing whatever she's doing, but I hope you're having a better time chilling here with me. Yeah. Have a gnome. I keep breaking the arms off them. I didn't do a very good job of the arms on these ones. Oh, delicious. I rolled them a little bit too thin, and then when I baked them up, they got a bit crispy. So when I pick them up now, they kind of crumble. My fault. Oh, have you seen the Little Nightmares PMV animation Murders by Strawberry Sketches? Maybe. It sounds familiar, but I can't recall it straight off the bat. I might have done, but I can't speak and say, oh yeah, definitely it's great, because I can't remember exactly. I probably have, though, because it sounds familiar. Also, don't sense a taste difference on Dr. Pepper's and cherry or normal. The sweetest one I think is cream soda. Oh, I had a cream soda the other day, actually. I haven't had it for years, and then I got given one by a good friend of mine, and he was like, oh, do you want one of these? I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll try. Yeah, very, very sweet. Very sweet, very sickly. Really liked it, though. Little Nightmares is really making Valentine's Day cards before giving us a release date. Yeah, I know. We got the supervisor's heart before we got GTA 6. Now, I can't wait for another of the new games of Little Nightmares 3 and Reanimal because I want to discover things like a detective, like Indiana Jones. Yeah, exactly, right? I'm going to be going through this game with a fine-tooth comb when it comes out. I used to watch GamerJube when I was like 11, haven't heard that name in years. Yeah, I know, right? Honestly. I only discovered them recently, and it's a shame as well. I'd have loved to discover GamerJube years ago when they were doing the What Needs to Be in Little Nightmares 3, because this was years ago. They beat me to the punch ages ago when it came to this. Before, like, they mentioned, they were making videos like mine before Little Nightmares was announced, like years in advance. They were way ahead of their time. Sorry, I got these comments in the wrong order, by the way, so forgive me. Reaper Maggot, hello there, hello, and thank you for dropping in. I recognise your name because I've read one of your comments on one of my videos before when I first started doing this. Hi Gemini, again, thank you for watching my video and commenting on it. Blessings from Florida. You're more than welcome. It was an absolute pleasure. Tomato Man, go out with a girl. Wait a minute, girl? Like Raincoat Girl? Little Nightmares reference? Yeah, literally everything I say is a Little Nightmares reference. Nobody can talk to me these days without it. That's the thing as well. It's so strange. Some of you guys might know this too, because like if you guys are as big a fans as I am, which most of you are, pretty much everything, like I can be reading a completely unrelated article and I will link it to Little Nightmares in some way. In fact, there is a literal... I saw something the other day, and it was like an album. It was a music album, I can't remember who by, called Sound of Nightmares. And the cover art of it was just a bunch of men, like silhouettes of men, with televisions for heads and spirals on the screens. And I was like, oh, that's got to be a Little Nightmares reference. It wasn't at all. It was more a reference to like the the overarching umbrella lapse that is media, and everybody being tied to screens and involved in that way. The need for escapism. The concept of it was the same. Grasping the concept from a visual perspective, but it was absolutely nothing to do with Little Nightmares, The Nowhere, or The Sounds of Nightmares at all. It just shared so many similarities that I almost put it on, almost featured it in a video. But that's the thing, I can't do it. Like, the other day, I looked at my lamp, like, I turned on my lamp, and I looked at the ceiling, and it was casting a shadow on the ceiling that looked like an eye. And I was like, oh my god, little nightmare. It's so weird how you come to associate everything with your hyperfixations. Good grief. I still have to make and send a Legion fan art. That I would absolutely love it if you were to send me a Legion fan art, Dariana. And if you want to do that, you can do so by finding me on the Little Nightmares Discords, of which I'm a member of all of them, or you could just go to my channel, not my channel description, not the video description, but if you go to my channel's like main page, I do have a email address linked there, and that's where all of the artwork gets sent to. So if you want to send me fan art, send it to that email address, which is gemini.540x@gmail.com. Send your fan art over, it'll all get archived into one big folder for me to review, and then when I've got enough of it, I'll feature it in a video. And if it does feature Legion out, that would mean a lot to me. Picture of Legion can be found on my community post, actually, and I've made videos featuring him as well. In fact, the most recent video where I looked at your fan art, I talk about Legion a lot in that. So if you guys want to see what Legion looks like for reference, he's in that video too. Wish I could have done the contest, but I can't draw well. I have to use Gacha Life or picture. Yeah, don't worry, Noah. I'm not a particularly good artist myself. I like to draw. I think it's fun. It allows me to be creative, but it's also frustrating that I don't have like the dexterity to bring something to life on a page. I have it in my mind. I have a vivid imagination and a very creative, logical and analytical mind, so I can think up a monster in my head, but I just can't seem to... articulate it onto the paper properly, which is why I have artists work with me on these projects, because when I try to draw them I end up with stick figures that just don't do the imagination justice. But don't worry, it's nothing that can't be practiced, it's just something that I don't have a lot of time to do, and it's very, very difficult. It's a skill at the end of the day. That's why people need paying for it. Real, right? I recommend the Cabinet Man's Little Nightmares animatic Open Up Your Eyes. MAP and Evelyn. I got up the Little Nightmares from the animatics, as you can tell. Fair enough, Bookworm, fair enough. Basement Dweller, musician here. I played in front of nobody but my tutor. What? Oh, played in front of nobody but my tutor, and I am terrible. He openly admits that. So I 100% agree it hurts, but it just makes... Yeah, exactly. This is the thing. But I tell you what does matter is the fact that you're trying, even if it's just in front of your tutor and he says you're bad. I used to do martial arts performances and gymnastics performances and things like that. And my master instructor and my gymnastics coach were very, very rough, but very, very firm and fair people. So they would often come to me, and it was very hard to get a compliment out of them. So I would try and work hard, and they would recognise the fact that I work hard, and they were like, right, so this is great because of A, B, and C, but it wasn't so great because of X, Y, and Z. And if my performance was poor, like, your stances were poor, your discipline there was shoddy, your footwork was terrible, they would not pull any punches. And it's important to let that go. It will not let it go, but absorb it and use it. If somebody comes at you with constructive criticism, it's very important that you recognize it as exactly that, constructive criticism. I had somebody come to one of my videos before, and they left me a very, very constructive comment, which said, the storytelling is really good and it fits with the Nowhere really well, but the animation is very, very poor. And they were right. I'm not an animator, nor do I claim to be. I tried my best, but it let me know that that's where I'm lacking. It let me know that my storytelling capabilities and my understanding of Little Nightmares aesthetic and the immersion of the place that is the Nowhere is very good and of a high standard and is acceptable to people who will openly and wholeheartedly critique your work. But the animation needs work, which I can completely agree it does. Now, did it hurt? Yes, of course it did, because I tried very hard. But I could go back at that person and say, well, screw you, if you don't like my animation, don't watch it, I hate you. Or I could say, thanks very much for your input, I really appreciate it, I'm going to try and improve that on the next video. And then I can study a little bit, like I can refine how I animate and learn a couple of techniques to see if I can make it better, so when I release the next video it's more impressive, and then hopefully the next person, the same person will watch it and recognize that I've tried to improve and see if that helps. The same as you performing in front of your music tutor, they will critique you until the cows come home, and they'll be brutal about it, but they have to, because that's the only way you start to recognize your flaws and your shortcomings. And if you're able to absorb them and utilize them and use them as motivation to get better, you will improve significantly. You have to take a little bit of rough to get to the smooth, but don't you worry about it. Just keep pushing through. Don't give up though. That's the thing. You only fail when you decide to. Failure is a choice. Like, if you say you suck, that's fine, but if you suck so bad that you quit, then you're a failure, because you've chosen to be a failure. But if you never ever quit, you can't ever fail. You're just on a constant scale of improvement. Might be slow, might be steady, but you're improving. You haven't failed. Important to recognize. I am so far behind on chat, but yeah. Let me see. Where are we? Yes. Where is this comment? It's just under Dariana's pleading eyes. Puppy dog eyes. Oh, thanks. Yeah. Yeah, right. Oh, thanks. That's exactly what I said it out loud as well. Man, that hurt. Yeah, it kind of sucks, but it's like, whatever. It is what it is. I've been called worse, trust me. Man, people can be rude. Hell yeah. I've been hit with I have a boyfriend, so see ya, when asking someone out once. It hurt. but it was a kind of event for my character development. Yeah, exactly, plasmatic. And that's absolutely fine. If they have a boyfriend, then great. They're off limits anyway. And that's great for them, because it's like, okay, that, you know, they're staying true to, and they're, you know, they're faithful to their boyfriend. You know, if you ask someone out and they happen to have a boyfriend, that's fine. You take a step back, you say, all right, sorry, you wasted your time, and you leave. And that's it. There doesn't have to be an argument. There doesn't have to be blah, blah, blah. You know, I see a lot of memes and a lot of videos where it's like, you know, gold digger traps, you know, where a guy will ask a girl out and she'll be like, I have a boyfriend. And then he gets in a Lamborghini or something, and then she suddenly comes over and she's like, oh, well, maybe I can give you my number. And it's like, yeah, I know, bitch. And drives away. You know, gold digger traps and stuff like that. But also, I would advise that if you like somebody, try and get to know these people, because dating seems very fast these days. Dating is very rapid, and people don't tend to think it through. And a lot of people jump into relationships where they don't actually know what they're getting into. And I know that sounds rich coming from an old guy like me, but I have been there. I have experience, and I believe in finding yourself a person who values you. You know, a person who respects you, not just someone you find attractive, because it's great. You know, you can go out, you can meet a girl, you can find her really attractive, and be like, hey, she's really hot. You ask her out, she says yes, great. But what do you know about this person? You know, it's like, I met her in a club. Cool. What does she like to do? I don't know. Okay, well, what does she offer you that makes you feel so good? And she's like, well, she's really hot. It's like, all right, cool. You know, what do you do in your spare time? Nothing. You play games together? No, she hates video games. Okay, well, you know, where is the value? My point is, where is the value in the relationship? You don't know anything about this person. Take your time to get to know somebody before you decide to be in a relationship, or even risk showing them any kind of affection. I believe strongly in getting to know a person before you ask them out. And I know a lot of you do, but it's more a case of you think you know that person, but you don't know them intricately. You're allowed to date somebody for a little bit, and, you know, get a feel for them. There's a friend of mine called Tegan. She's excellent, and she calls it the vibe check, where she'll basically, if she's attracted to a person, she won't just jump straight into a relationship with them. She'll get to know them over the course of a week or two, where they'll just hang out. You know, they'll go for dinner, they'll see a movie, but they won't do anything necessarily affectionate for each other. You know, they're just spending time together to see if they like each other's company. Because you can spend time with someone who at one point was really attractive, who once you've spent a week with, you're like, wow, actually, he's a dick. You know, and you don't know that until you spend real time getting to know somebody. So just don't jump into anything, that's all I'm saying. That's weak. I had people call me a gypsy and told me to KMS. That sucks. And people are rude. This is the thing, but Alex, this is exactly what I'm talking about. They're allowed to do that. You know, people are allowed to be rude to you. People can tell you to KYS. They can be rude. They can insult you. They can call you ugly. They can say what they want. It's a reflection of them and how they feel, but it's not a reflection of you. And that's what's important to remember. Remember that it is not a reflection of you. Yeah, the insult might be directed at you, and it might sort of taper around your character, and you might feel like it's a reflection of you because they're preying on your insecurities, hoping for a rise. But if it's something that does make you insecure, then find a way to work on it. And if it's them just being an asshole, leave them to it. Let them be. Smile with it. That's the best thing I've found, is the best thing you can do is just accept it. You know, a lot of the time when somebody insults me, I will not necessarily thank them, but I'll just rise above it. It's hard to. Trust me, it's hard to. Sometimes you just want to, like, you know... But, yeah, it sucks to be insulted. It's never nice to be made to feel less than you are. And nobody should do that, but people do. And they always will. So my advice isn't avoid people like that, because you won't be able to always. My advice would be learn how to handle that. A lot of the time, my go-to is if somebody insults me, I'll say, what? You know, if someone makes a joke out of me. If somebody tries to make a joke about me, I'll be like, what? What did you say? And I'll just get them to repeat it so many times that it's not funny anymore. And it's like, okay, cool. You know, and then walk away. Like, you're really ugly. What? You're really ugly. Sorry, what? You know, like, eventually the insult just stops making sense to them, and they'll just stop doing it because they don't get the rise they're hoping for. If they'll go, you're really ugly, and I'm like, oh no, that really hurts my feelings, they'll keep doing it. And they'll make a big scene out of it, and they're like, ha, yes, I've had the desired effect on this person. But if I end up turning the joke around and making a laughing stock of them, or at least making them question why they're throwing insults in the first place, then maybe they'll stop throwing shade for the sake of feeling like an idiot in front of an audience. Gemini should be a therapist. I definitely shouldn't. I need a therapist. I'm seeing several, in fact. I love getting comments so much, especially on my Little Nightmares AU. Yeah, man, exactly. This is it. Looks like the hater needs some supervising. Yeah, tell me about it. When I find that commenter who's going to get the Scottish beatdown treatment. Yeah, that would be it. That's the thing. If you go to him, all you would have to do, because this is the thing, usually people like that are keyboard warriors, so he'll have insulted me right here, on YouTube, drop me an insult in the comment section or stuff, feeling really brave. But if he was to see me in real life, I don't think he'd do that. Not because I'm big or strong, but because he's a coward. Most people are. He, she, they, I don't know. I didn't ask their pronouns. I didn't even entertain the comment. I'm just like, thanks, whatever. And I just moved on. But a lot of people get really brave online and will say things that they don't mean online because they find it fun. Some people find it fun to fight on the internet, and that's cool. Scottish people don't really mess about, though. They give the old Glasgow kiss. For those of you that don't know, Glasgow kiss is just a straight headbutt. But yeah, also, if you guys happen to find this comment, do not go after this person. I don't want fights in the comment section. I don't want to breed a toxic environment. I'm literally just using it as an example to say people can be hurtful and that's okay. Just move on. Don't worry about it. I'm a big boy. I don't need anybody to defend me. I appreciate that some of you guys will want to because you think this person's hurt my feelings. Truth is, I don't have feelings. I don't feel anything. I am an emotionless freaking cyborg and I'm fine. And if anything, it's just a talking point more than that. But if you happen to find someone who's insulting me in their comment section, do not worry about it. Don't rush to my aid. Don't insult this person. Don't target them in any way. That's not what I'm about and that's not what I'm looking for. If I feel the need to defend myself, I will defend myself. Trust me. But I appreciate you guys. Where was I? Actually, only just recently started posting Little Nightmares fan art and stuff on the subreddit, and this community has been very supportive. All the support I've gotten has made me want to draw more. Yeah, exactly, Heaven. This is the thing, and that's what I love about this community is that most of us have each other's back. It's another reason why I love to watch Little Nightmares content online and talk about other creators during my streams and stuff like that. It's why I shout out Just Jord in every single video, because Just Jord inspired me to do this. Like, without Just Jord, I wouldn't be a part of this community. I'd be a Little Nightmares fan, but I wouldn't have even considered becoming a theorist or expanding my my channel and developing the network that I have today. Not for a second. So yeah, we should absolutely support each other. I'm really glad that you've found some really positive support in the Reddit and subreddit. Alex the Frog, that is horrible. I hope you're okay. Yeah, exactly. JKS is right. But again, there is a lot more positivity in you have a supportive network of people behind you. This is what this stream is about. Some people today will feel directly attacked by Valentine's Day. You will feel emotionally insulted by the fact that there is a holiday dedicated to celebrating everything that you don't have. And that sucks. And it can embitter you and make you feel a little bit targeted, like, you don't get to be a part of this celebration. Everyone else is in love, and everyone else is, going out on dates and buying flowers and receiving gifts and getting chocolates, and you're sitting there on your own, like, all right, what is it? Say, well, Happy Valentine's Day, and you're like, is it? It is. It is for them, and that's fine. But you can do other things with your Valentine's Day. I choose to do this because I like to share this. I like to share positivity and give people a safe space and a happy area to be in and just something else to think about and stuff to consider. It's really nice to have all of you guys here supporting me, and me be here to support you. So if you do get an insult and it makes you feel bad, like I just stated there, and like Alex the Frog has had before, you know, you get one douche that decides to go mouthing off and thinking they're clever, makes you feel bad. Jump into the Little Nightmares Discord or something and just talk artwork, talk theories and things like that, or just tell people. You know, say, hey, look, you know, I've been insulted. I'm not looking for you to go and target this guy, but I just need to feel better. You know, you will get... There are dozens of people in this chat right now that would be happy to pay you a compliment, I'm sure. And I'm one of them. Don't take it to heart, Gemini, and the last Little Nightmares too. Yeah, don't take it to heart, Gemini. But I still cried on the internet at Little Nightmares 2. I love fan games, but sometimes I hate the idea of them not being canon. I like your concepts because they're heavenly based. Yes, exactly. I intentionally try to make my content tie in with the canon so that it's not super far-fetched. So that even though it is not strictly canon, if I told, you know, if Bandai and Tarsier or Supermassive were to come out and say, this story is canon, you believe it. That's my aim. I would like somebody to be able to read read one of my fan fictions or watch one of my DLC videos and think, is that real? That would be like the dream for me, is to think of whether or not somebody would actually have to Google whether or not what I've said is part of the canon or not. That'd be awesome to feel so intrinsically linked to the Little Nightmares universe that people don't know if what I've said is made up on the spot or if it's actually canon, because it makes such perfect sense. And I know there are plot holes in my videos. I've spotted them myself. Sometimes I leave them in there intentionally to see who'll point them out in the comment section, and some people do. Wholeheartedly, but other people let it go, and that's fine. I'm just like exploring and experimenting, because until we know the canon, which we likely never will, I can't give you 100% concrete, this is absolutely 100% what happened. But it's what I believe because I have a stack of substantiating evidence. Here it is, what do you think? You know, so if someone watches my DLC video and thinks, oh my god, that could actually be canon, that's so accurate, then that's brilliant, that's good, that's the desired outcome. To a point where some people have said, you know, I'd love to help you make this into a game, which I'm doing with The Oldest Nightmare. That's actually how that conversation came about. Yes. Just in case, it's alright, you won't be the first. That guy was from Serious Effect. Yeah, exactly, Alex, exactly. This is the thing. It is often a reflection. When people just sling shade around the internet like that, it's largely a reflection of themselves, and they're just looking to vent in a way that doesn't put them at risk. These type of people don't go out into the street and start yelling. You know, they don't go around shouting at everyone and calling them a gypsy or calling them ugly or, you know, insulting people in the street, because you F around and find out, right? But if you do it from the security of your keyboard and the anonymity of your YouTube channel with 0 subscribers, you just made up on the day because you wanted to go and insult somebody, they're perfectly safe, and there will be no repercussion other than an argument on the internet that they stand to win as long as they get a response. So don't worry about it. Don't take it hard. No, it's literally just people playing games. Play them back. Basement is very fun. You're more fun, if I'm honest. Mm-hmm. I nom you. Or I nom you. Okay, no. Yeah, exactly, no. Yeah, I'm glad to hear it, Alex. Tom Asher, I'm happy I didn't miss a stream. I haven't been able to do one in a while. Yes, I do remember you, Tom Asher. Yeah, in fact, I recognise it. Weirdly, I recognised it from your profile picture. Even though it's a default, I recognised it because your second name, Asher, made me think... Well, it was actually your first name, Tom, because I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Also, I do apologise if you guys are experiencing buffering. It's not telling me why, it's just come up with an error on my screen saying YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. So if it is buffering a little, I do apologise. It's probably something to do with my internet, but I hope it's not. Also, if you guys haven't already hit the thumbs up button, please do, because it helps me out with the algorithm, and there are some people that would need to see this video today. Not because it's particularly important, but because I feel like some people need a distraction from the fact that they're not doing anything on Valentine's Day, which is what today is all about for me. Having a conversation with people that don't have anything better to do than to watch my face. But yes, I do recognise you, Tom. Someone mentioned a book, just a regular book. At first, yeah, exactly, right? A book, you know, the first thing you jump to. Whenever anyone says comic, I think of Little Nightmares. I'm like, comics where? And they're like, no, we're talking about Marvel. And I'm like, no, I want Little Nightmares comics. They're the comics I like. Gotta be a Little Nightmares reference, gang. Yeah. Poppy Playtime's new villain, the Doctor, from the name to the design of TV with an... Exactly, right? That was the first thing I thought of. Even more so because Just Jord covered it. And I'm like, Just Jord, the Little Nightmares YouTuber, my go-to Little Nightmares YouTuber, covered a video called The Doctor with a TV with an eye. And I'm like, is it? And I really had to weigh it up. I'm like, is it Poppy Playtime? Is it Little Nightmares? Are they linked? Are they sharing a universe? Is it a crossover? What's going on? You know? Also, sorry if I'm really loud. I watched my stream back yesterday and realised how frequently I yell into the mic. I've been messing with... Because I got a... Yeah, that was another one. I got a negative comment on an old video saying it sounds like I'm whispering most of the time and my mic's set into garbage. Which they were, because I hadn't equalised the mic properly. So people were having to turn the volume all the way up just to hear me speak, and then when they go to a new video, it deafened them because they had the volume all the way up. For me, that was my fault and a shortcoming on my part. But since equalising the settings, I haven't learned that my mic is fine now, so I just consistently yell into the mic. So I'm really sorry if you guys just keep getting deafened by me every time I get excited about reading a comment. Oh, sorry. Where are we? I know Gemini, I'm a part of the Little Nightmares Discord, but Tarzia and Just Jaws did send something to YouTube. Ah, excellent. Then there's a good chance I've got it already. So thank you for that, Dariana. I really appreciate you. One time Little Nightmares was acknowledged by my school, but literally everyone asked me why I was so obsessed with it. Yeah, some people don't get it. Some people don't get it, and that's fine. Not everybody does. Like my circle of friends love horror. But not necessarily Little Nightmares. They're like more traditional, because I'm a bit of an older guy. I'm like 55 or something. So most of my community enjoy, like the Notorious Bass, for instance. The gentleman who's in the chat, I've spotted your bass. I see you. He's at work right now as a Notorious Bass, because like myself, he's a grown-ass man. But he likes Resident Evil and Silent Hill and horror games like that. And while he appreciates Little Nightmares for what it is, he doesn't fixate on it like some of you younger folks do. Because Little Nightmares to you guys and to me is like what Resident Evil was to the Notorious Bass and people of his generation when they were younger. And like me. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Resident Evil. I just don't theorise about it because I don't see a lot of room for speculation, because the Resident Evil canon is very, very broad. We're talking decades upon decades of lore, like confirmed existing lore, that I just would find really difficult to wrap my head around, and I don't think I'd find any success with on YouTube. Little Nightmares, however, is very limited, and it's very open to interpretation. So I feel like that's an area that I can be strong in. And I relate to Little Nightmares very, very much like a lot of you guys do, because I, like you, hyperfixate. Your username, Gemini, is the best Minecraft seed I've ever seen. A problem with a lot of artists is they can't tell the difference between constructive criticism and an insult. Yeah, exactly. And it's difficult because sometimes criticism comes across as an insult. And the way I find to mitigate that is to open with a compliment. So if somebody presents me with something like, you know, a music, like a video, for instance, I get asked to critique video editing a lot because I'm quite good at video editing. It's like one of my special skills. So when I get asked to critique a video, I'll always open with something I liked about it, because in that way you're not just tearing their work apart. If you were to critique something, critiquing something isn't just finding, like, criticism. It's not just throwing shade at something and like, oh, it's garbage because of A, B, and C, go back, do it again. That's a poor teaching method. What do you take away from that? It's like when you get a teacher that does nothing but yell at you. It's like, all right, what? Am I getting better or not? Am I improving or not? How am I supposed to know? You're not helping me develop as an artist, as a mathematician, as a scientist, as a English speaker, whatever it is you're learning. If you endeavour to learn something and your teacher does nothing but crack the whip and walk around with a ruler and insult you and frighten you and make you feel bad all day, you don't learn or progress. But if that teacher was to come around and say, hey, look, you've done really well at this, I can see you developing your skill, that this particular, I use my martial arts for example, he says, all right, your stances are getting a lot better. Your stance, your footwork is a lot better, your head movement is great, but you're snapping at the wrong area on your punch. You're too tense throughout your punches. Try and relax, try and bring down the volume a little bit and practice that tension. There you go. Now let's drill that technique a couple of times and refine it and get better. Then that way, he has critiqued me. He has critiqued my technique and he said this was bad, but he hasn't just come in and said your punches suck, go back, do it again. He's given me constructive criticism. It's very important, the way you word things. So if you want to critique someone's work, my advice would be open with something you liked about it. Give them something positive, as minor as it is. I find that very important when teaching children. When I was teaching martial arts, I don't teach it anymore, but I used to teach a martial arts class, and when teaching children, you cannot just go in with that military mindset of, you suck, do it better. Because children don't respond to that, they just cry. It's like, your punches suck. No. And they never come back and they don't want to learn from you anymore because you're just that big angry guy that yells all the time. But if you can go to a young child that's gone in and, they're practicing the punches, but they've got a bit overexcited, you say, okay, that was, your punches are good, they're strong, they're powerful, they're fast, but you need to work on your breathing and slow down a little so that your technique is crisp and perfect and so that you're hitting the target. Because if you're rapid punching really quick, you're really fast, but you run the risk of missing. So you need to break it down to them. And if you explain it like that, you have critiqued them, but you haven't insulted them. There is a difference. And some people do respond. Like, I've done military training as well. I trained with the Navy for a while, the United States Navy, for a charity event, which was extremely difficult. They do nothing but yell at you. Get up, move, fast. Everything is just yelling and screaming. And if you can't do it, you suck and you're a bitch. But military personnel have thick skin and they're built like that because they're being designed for war and combat, conflict scenarios. Children aren't. Musicians aren't. Artists aren't. You're being designed to do something that takes intricacy, delicacy, and a thought process that takes time and calm and solitude. So yelling at you and screaming, saying, faster, learn, it's not going to help, is it? Anyway, forgive me. Go on again. But you are right, Plasmatic. I completely, wholeheartedly agree with your comment. Just in case, what are you responding to? Yeah, sorry guys, this conversation's happening outside of my peripheral here. Question wasn't only for Gemini, I'm just genuinely asking if I should. Oh, what did you say, Mal? I'm sorry, I missed it. Well, the last one on my screen is the Scottish beatdown one, so I don't know if that's been dropped or if it's been questioned, but either way. Notorious Base says, Gem, let's go. I can have this on while I work. Hope you're well, brother. I am very, very well, Notorious Base. Thank you so much for having me on. And a little shout out, by the way. I've been working quite closely with the Notorious Base, and you might remember me a minute ago saying that I have a special skill and I'm quite good at video editing. Well, I've been doing some work with the Notorious Base, and there is a video that comes out in about 3 hours' time over on the Notorious Base's channel, and it's going to be exceptional. And I think you guys have, I think you'll appreciate it. It's not Little Nightmares related, but it is something that I feel like you will enjoy. And if you appreciate my work, then I would really, I'd be grateful if you can go check it out. Is what I'm saying. It's something that I'm really proud of, and I feel like it exhibits like my best performance as far as video editing goes. So if you guys want to see what I'm talking about when I'm talking about special skills and you want to see how I edit, let me know what you think of the Notorious Base's brand new video that's coming out in about 3 hours time, because I had a hand in editing that one, if you wouldn't mind. Help, I'm playing this on my phone and TV at the same time and it's perfectly in sync. That's awesome. I love that. Synchronization. Let it be. Any news about Little Nightmares 3? Unfortunately not, Mojo. Mojo 2019 has asked any news about Little Nightmares 3, and there has not been. In fact, the latest update was something that I seen on the Lunar New Year, which is excellent for me because the Lunar New Year, or Chinese New Year, it is the year of the snake. You see, their zodiac works differently. So here in the UK, and I think a lot of you guys in the US as well, you guys have like a monthly zodiac. So like Gemini being one of the star signs, actually. It's not mine. And I'll cover that in an upcoming video that you guys are going to see next week. Stay tuned for that and ring the notification bell for me so you don't miss it. But ours is monthly, so we have Gemini, Cancer, Sagittarius, Libra, Aquarius, Leo, and all the others like that. Well, the Chinese do it differently. They have it every year. So last year, year 2024, was the year of the dragon. And people who were born in the year of the dragon, like I was born in the year of the snake. And it's finally come full circle. It's come around. The year 2025 is once again the lunar year of the snake. And there was a great picture that they put up there celebrating the Lunar New Year. But it unfortunately didn't give us any hints about Little Nightmares 3, other than that it featured Lowen Alone lounging on a giant glowing snake, which was really, really cool, but is nothing to do with the game other than the character models that they used. Also, something else that I did notice that made me kind of sad. Little Nightmares 3 posted directly on X, or Twitter, whatever it is we're calling it these days, celebrating the Lunar New Year. And the top 5 comments were people just being really impatient and insulting towards Bandai and towards the developers of Little Nightmare, just saying, IGAF or IDGAF, you know what I'm saying. They were saying, we don't give a, we just want a release date, give us it now. We demand it now. You've kept us in the dark long enough. And trust me, I get your frustration. I understand why people get mad whenever they see a Little Nightmares post and it's nothing to do with a release date and things like that. Considering, since we've been waiting since 2023, we're very eager and we're anticipating it. But please, for the love of all that's holy, don't go insulting the developers and making them feel bad. The reason the game has been delayed is because they're undergoing stress and difficulty in the development process. That is evident by the fact that Supermassive had layoffs last year, and they're trying to the best of their ability to give us the best product. And we're not going to get that if they just publish it immediately. They haven't given us a release date because they don't know it. They can't give us a release date because they're not sure. It's like you saying to me, when is the release date for the Little Nightmares comic you're making? I don't know. I don't know because I haven't had enough chance to develop it to its fullest potential. So I don't want to make a promise I can't keep, much like they don't. So please, if you're feeling impatient and you're frustrated, I get it, but have patience and be respectful to the developers, because without them working so hard, we just wouldn't be getting Little Nightmares 3. I know it feels like they're dangling a carrot and it's, we're being teased by it, but it's not without its difficulties. And anybody who's anybody out there, all of you are creators in your own right. A lot of you are YouTubers, you're artists, you're musicians, you're martial artists. You are people of a creative nature. Imagine if you were working on a project that you were really, really passionate about and you were trying to put out something to celebrate a world-changing event like the New Year or Valentine's Day or something special to people, and the only comments you get are people saying, "We don't care, give us a release date now, you suck." Just be nice. It's not difficult. We will get it. And we'll get it in 2025. And every second that goes by, we get closer to discovering when that release date is. And if it takes longer, it just means that what we get at the end will be better. Trust me, it's going to be worth waiting for. Have patience, little ones. That made me sad to see so many people being so hurtful towards the developers, because it wasn't constructive. Some people were just being straight mean. Like, they were just yelling and swearing, cursing at the developers and things like that, and just making them feel bad. And I don't see the need for that. I do understand the frustration. Trust me, I get it. I am foaming at the mouth to get a release date or anything at all, but I don't get angry with the developers who are working so very hard to give us this content when they are unable to. Just be respectful. Social media made you all way too comfortable disrespecting people and not get punched in the face for it. Yes, exactly right. Exactly right. Your DLC videos inspired me to post my... Hey, I'm really glad. Tomato Man, that makes me really happy. Also, Tomato Man, I mentioned you in my... Because I haven't mentioned you yet, but I'm making a theory video that's due to come out next week, and you said something that sort of like triggered a response in my brain that got me thinking, and I was able to expand on the theory video I'm making due to a comment you made in one of my previous videos, and I do shout you out and credit you for it. So make sure you check out the video, because I want to see if you spot your little shout out. And also, I haven't published the video yet. I haven't even finished writing the script. I'm still trying to substantiate the evidence that I've presented within it, and I want to make sure it's accurate before I publish it online. So if you happen to put out some more content before then, please feel free to send me a link to it. Over on the Discord or via the email address that I discussed earlier on, because I will not only discuss it in the video, but I will link your channel also. Don't worry about it, GKS. We know you're busy. Again, it goes back to you're creating content. You're trying to get things out there for people to enjoy. I can respect that, as can this audience. Excellent group of people. Croc Lame. What that neck, dude? Getting mad at Valentine's Day is like getting mad at Hakuna just because you can't... Yeah, Hanukkah. Yeah, sorry, Hakuna Matata. Yeah, getting mad at Hanukkah just because you don't celebrate it's stupid. Yeah, exactly, right? You don't get mad. Get even. I can understand that people don't really appreciate Valentine's Day because it's not something they celebrate and it doesn't really appeal to you. But it is possible to feel directly attacked by a celebration that seems to involve everyone that has what you don't have. I get it. But it's not a reason to be upset. It's just a reason to seek out something else. To involve yourself in something else and to promote yourself in a different way. Progress in life. Although I do have a partner, I spend Valentine's Day with friends and people that don't have a person. You see, that's really lovely, Basement Dweller. I really appreciate that. That's actually what I'm trying to do here now. Like, there's a bunch of you guys in here that are single, and there's a bunch of you guys that aren't, but you're still here spending it with me. I'm single, and I have every intention of spending Valentine's Day doing something constructive and positive with my time. I've had a great time sitting here and chatting with you guys. Granted, I've been gasbagging for an hour and a half, but hopefully you guys have found some solace in it and some positivity, and it's taken your mind off whatever might be making you feel negative about today. And it doesn't just have to be Valentine's Day. Like, the fact that it's Valentine's Day can have like an undesired impact on somebody's psyche when they're feeling particularly miserable. If you've had a really hard week at work, or a really difficult day at school, or you missed out on an assignment, or you got something wrong, or you've had a fight with a friend, or whatever, you're not feeling particularly great, and then your negative emotions are even more exasperated by the fact that everyone's out celebrating and doing something fun and you're not. But at least you can come here and chill with me, and maybe I can make you smile. Maybe I'll give you... Look. There you go. Maybe I'll give you a flower, or a gnome, or something to smile about. Smile about my ugly face. Smile about the fact that I get insulted by people who watch my content on a regular basis. It's all good. It's all good. Because we're here together and we're chilling. To be fair, Valentine's Day isn't necessarily for couples. It's just a celebration of Saint Valentine of Rome. Most people just go to church. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is the thing. A lot of people misconceptualize the fundamental celebration that Valentine's Day actually is. It is a celebration, like Alex just said. It's the celebration of Saint Valentine, Saint Valentine of Rome. It's not necessarily anything to do with love. I know that it's promoted as such, but it's the same as like Christmas. So many people, particularly in my country here in England, in the UK, we all celebrate Christmas, but of the percentage, like of 100 people that celebrate Christmas, only about probably 25 of them actually go to church and celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. The rest of them just get drunk and buy gifts for each other. But they're celebrating Christmas. They don't know what it means. It's just an excuse to celebrate something. That's all. People like celebration. Like me, we're here celebrating Valentine's Day, but I'm not here with showering you in gifts. I have no, chocolates or flowers or anything like that. I'm not here with a boyfriend or girlfriend or anything. Yeah, I'm not having dinner with a loved one. I'm celebrating in my own way, because it's just something that people misconceptualize. A reason to celebrate is usually what people are looking for. I love Valentine's Day, but where I live, it's more a bittersweet holidays. Is someone to... Yeah, see, that... Again, I won't ask you any more information about that, Bookworm, but I'm really sorry to hear it, because I think I know what you are referencing, and yeah, bittersweet indeed. But the point is that you take it in your own personal way. Like Alex just said, it's not necessarily about that. And it shouldn't be associated with anything in particular anyway, because the majority of people these days just want something to celebrate. They don't care what. It's just an occasion, right? It's an occasion to be happy and to experiment, to find some solace in something. It doesn't necessarily matter what you do. The way I see it, if Valentine's Day has to be a celebration of love, then celebrate not someone you love, but something. I love Little Nightmares, so I'll be celebrating with a group of people and a community of people that also love Little Nightmares, and we can share in that, and we can all respect that. I'd love to be tracked down and who doesn't want to be tracked down and hunted to be turned into candy? With Little Nightmares, it's bound to be plot holes with the lack of info we have. Theorists gets to conclusion somewhere. Yeah, exactly, right? Even the developers don't necessarily know the full story. Kit Kat Catsy, hello and welcome. Happy Valentine's Day. Hey Gemini, sorry I'm late. Didn't realise you were streaming. How are you? I'm very good. And it has been a while. I haven't seen you in a stream for a while. But I also understand why, because it's rare that I stream, and it seems like recently I've been streaming all the time. And it's because there's been a lot to celebrate recently. A lot of events that have come up, like Little Nightmares 2's 4th anniversary just the other day. It was my channel's birthday. My channel is 5 years old. It was my channel's birthday last week. Now it's Valentine's Day, But all of these events happen to take place midweek. I normally don't go live until the weekends. And on the weekends, it's really busy because a lot of people happen to have the weekend off, at least according to my analytics. It says that most people are active on a Saturday night, which is when I tend to stream. But these events that I've been celebrating recently didn't take place on a Saturday night. But I probably will go live at one Saturday this month anyway. But yeah, it's great to see you, Kit Kat. I'm really happy you can make it in. Not getting buffering? I'm glad to hear that. I had the choice of joining this live stream or sleeping, so I'm glad I chose to be here. This has been both chill and awesome. It's also the first time. Oh well, heaven! I'm really glad that you've enjoyed making the choice to be here, because you didn't have to. And if I had the choice between watching my face and sleeping, I'd choose sleep. Like I would be out cold right now. I'd have been like, I'll watch it later. Well, I don't know, because I love watching, if Just Jord was streaming and I had the choice between sleep and watching, I would totally tune in. Same as my good friend, the Notorious Bass. If he's streaming, I'm staying up. And because he works on Eastern Standard Time, so he works on US time, it means that he usually doesn't stream until 1 or 2 in the morning, and you better believe I'll be sitting there in bed watching it. Also, if you're hearing rumbling, that's my stomach. That is literally my stomach growling at me because I'm really hungry. Oh no, it's the hunger. Maybe I should eat an arm. It was, yeah, still recovering from your one yeah, exactly, I fixed the frame rate thing. It turns out that the problem it told me it wasn't, it actually was. So I went through trying to fix 101 different issues and blaming YouTube and blaming the weather and blaming bit rates and all the rest of it, when really it was OBS's fault. My OBS is there, for reference. I'm mad at you. But also don't crash because I'm live. But yeah, I can imagine it was really difficult to watch those streams. I could do nothing but apologise all the way through them because I just could not figure out the problem. But fortunately, we got to the bottom of it and figured it out, so we're happy. Here's something I'm confused by. When Mono and Six are travelling through the city in Chapter 4, there is a viewer watching TV in a bath, but there was still steam in there. How shouldn't it be called? Yes, it absolutely should. Unless that particular viewer had happened to just run that bath beforehand. Well, either that, or it was exceptionally cold in that room. Perhaps the bath had just been drawn. Also, there is one other thing, and I doubt this is the case, because a lot of it's based in like the 50s and 60s, but there is a thing that exists that you can get to. I used to have one actually. There's a mechanism you can get that heats your bath water and keeps it at a temperature, so it will heat the bath water to like 20 degrees and keep it there. Like it's like a boiler for your bath. And it'll just like run concurrently. So you fill the bath with hot water, you set it to 20 degrees, and then it'll stay there. So it's for people who like having like spa baths or relaxing baths. You know, people who like me, who like, you know, bubbles and candles and face masks and calming music and all the rest of it, and they'll stay in the bath for like an hour, you know, not to cleanse themselves but just to relax. But it's hard to relax when your water goes cold after 10 minutes. So these like heating mechanisms will warm the bath from underneath and keep it permanently warm. Perhaps that particular viewer had one of those. I doubt it. I think it's more likely that the bath had just been run like shortly before we got there, or it's just way colder in the nowhere than we expect it was. But either way, no buffering spotted. No buffering, all good. I'm glad. None of my friends even know what Little Nightmares is outside of me talking about it. Yeah, I know, right? But that's why these kind of communities are important, and that's why places like the Discord server are a great place to be, where you jump in and get involved with other people, like-minded people in this community that love Little Nightmares like we do. For me, I'm exactly the same. Like, there are very, very few of my friends who actually know what Little Nightmares is, and even if they do, they don't necessarily enjoy it as much as I do. They're like, oh yeah, it was a cool game. And I'm like, a cool game? It's a way of life. And they're like, man, it was alright. I didn't really get it. I'm like, what do you mean you didn't get it? It's like, there's so much to get. You don't understand this and this and this and that. You know, I'll go off on a tangent and they'll just be like, yeah, okay. It's not very scary though. And I'm like, you shut your damn. A lot of people don't, and that's fine. It might be an acquired taste. It's each to their own. But the point is, there are communities out there that do love Little Nightmares, and they both respect it and they share in your passion. And they're the people you should reach out to. That's the power of the internet. Little Nightmares is the first ever thing I am express openly a fan art of. I published fan art to 4 or 5 apps and uploaded my WhatsApp status. People even reacted to it. Yeah, see, I'm glad they reacted well to it. And that's good because it gives you a way to boost your creativity and to share your passion with like-minded individuals. Because the people that are reacting to it are also people that love Little Nightmares and will therefore develop a bond and a respect with you. Like, people... Like, not many, don't get me wrong, but like, people associate me with the Little Nightmares universe quite well now. So I'll often watch a Little Nightmares video by like Super Horror Bro Mike or just Jord or Terrico or somebody like that. You know, and I'll watch them and I'll see my own name in their comment section, where people are talking about me, where they're like, oh, this was really good, you know, it's kind of like Gemini's DLC video, or, oh, you know, this theory is really good, it kind of ties into what Gemini said on his channel, and I'm like, well, you know, I'm having an impact, and it's cool because you become associated with it. Like, I today have talked about several other creators, like Just GKS, The Overman, Just Jord, Super Horror Bro Mike, and GamerJube, people like that. Notice how they're all linked to the franchise because we have a shared passion, even though very few of us have actually communicated with one another. It's strange, isn't it, how that works? But I think it's a really positive and powerful thing to consider. It does seem odd though, Katsy, you are right. My phone corrected it to noon. Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah. You see, exactly. You try and type none, and if you type the word none into your phone, meaning none, 0, and it auto-corrects it to noon, you've been watching too much Sounds of Nightmares. Or listening to, should I say. Noon, Sounds of Nightmares, Noon reference, Ruth reference, CC referenced. Gosh, I can't write today. Hey, don't worry. I can't write most days. That's why I like to talk to you guys rather than respond by typing. Legit Gemini, I'm an artist and this is so true. Criticism can be a valuable tool to enable you to learn how to improve, but small things can change them into insults such as tone of... Yeah, exactly. Even things such as your tone or a slight change of words. I designed a Little Nightmares thumbnail for another YouTuber that's going to play Little Nightmares for the first time on Sunday. I'm so proud of myself that you used... That's really cool. That's awesome that you're doing that. So I do that as well. Funnily enough, the video. I'm sorry to keep like plugging this, but I'm really proud of it. My good friend the Notorious Bass, whose video I did the editing work on, I'm also responsible for the thumbnail that's going to come up in that video as well. So let me know what you guys think of that. If you guys like his thumbnail, that was me. But isn't it positive though? Don't you find that really positive, Catsy, when people like what you do and appreciate it so much that they feature it within their own work? Like it's so nice to have people respond positively to something you put effort into. Gotta go. No worries, Basement Dweller. Enjoy your evening. Have a happy Valentine's Day, and I'll see you next time. I hope you've enjoyed the stream. Oh, the question was, should I show my 1914 map of Europe? Yeah, you absolutely should. I think that's dope. I actually use history as a means to bolster and substantiate a lot of my theory videos, so I would be intrigued to see your 1914 map of Europe. Small theory, what if the nowhere was once in... What? Sorry, it's moving. Don't move, chat. Well, do move, I'll just keep up. Small theory, what if the nowhere was once a safe haven for children but became corrupted by adults joining? That or the children grew up and started corrupting the entity in charge. Yeah, potentially, and because we do get a lot of like children's stuff. There are areas specifically designed for children, right? You know, there's toys, there is a toy store, there's candy, there's a lot of things that you would find only children actually utilize. There is an entire playroom on the moor. There is a nursery on the moor. You know, there is a children's ward in the hospital. Presumably, there was there was early artworks of what appeared to be a children's ward in the hospital. So they expect children to be there, but it has been corrupted over time, and we're not really sure how. But funnily enough, talking of tying things into theories, I made one called the super weapon theory a while ago, where I speculated that the necropolis wasn't always as bad as we see it now. And I thought about how that might have looked in history as far as the nowhere is concerned. If you guys haven't seen that, I'd appreciate you checking it out. I think it was quite cool. Oh my god, new theory video. Yeah, absolutely. What's up, Swerve? How you doing? It's great to see you, man. Thanks for dropping into the stream. I really appreciate you. Another YouTuber up in the building. How's it going, Swerve? And a happy Valentine's Day to you. Yes, I saw so many comments like this on Insta, especially with the Valentine's Day post. So, yeah, people are impatient, Bookworm, and it's sad, really. I do understand. I am impatient. I am frustrated. Trust me, I want Little Nightmares 3 yesterday. But I'm not about to jump on and start insulting the developers and being really rude and critical of them, because I understand what it's like. Not that I'm anything like even remotely close to a game developer, but I work with them, and I know people who work very, very hard trying to make things like that, and you know they're also trying to remain consistent and celebrate and give us guys something to be thankful for, and you know, something to look into. Imagine if they just stayed silent. And that's the thing, they went out of their way to create this magnificent celebration poster for the Lunar New Year, for the Year of the Snake, and they posted it on their Twitter with a nice little message and stuff like that. It obviously took work and effort to put out there for us, and then to go into the comments section and see nothing but insults and impatience was really disheartening, if I'm honest, and it made me... It bred some internal concern towards this fandom for me, because while every fandom is toxic in its own way, particularly us because we're a cult, I do take a lot of pride in the fact that particularly people in my audience are very patient and calm and friendly and wholesome and supportive to one another, and especially to the game developers who we know have been struggling a little bit with regards to last year's events. So I would thank each and every one of you to have some patience and maybe combat some of these negative insults, not by directly attacking the people who are leaving negative insults. You don't have to go in and jump again. Bandai, Little Nightmares, Supermassive, they do, well, Tarsier as well, obviously, but these big companies don't need you rushing to their defense and, you know, insulting anyone that insults them, because that just breeds more toxicity. Conflict breeds conflict, but you can balance it. So if you see some negative comments in there, maybe leave them a positive one. Drop a couple of love hearts in the chat and just be like, you know, just so you guys know, you know, we're all really excited for the game. We're super proud of you. We're really happy that, you know, we're going to get a good finished product and all the rest of it. Just be nice, be positive, and try and balance it out in some way. Don't just let the negativity overwhelm it, because if they get nothing but negative negative response every time they do something, they'll stop doing it. And none of us want that. None of you guys that love the Little Nightmares franchise and are being patient with it, and none of you guys that are like that can't stand waiting any longer. You know, those of you that are pulling your hair out at the roots because you can't wait another day for Little Nightmares 3 to get a release date announcement, you definitely don't want them to pull the plug on this. So stop insulting them. You know, stop giving them a hard time. They're trying their best. I promise you. They're not just sitting there reading these comments like, ha, look at these idiots. We're going to make them wait till December. What do you think, Lonnie? Should we make them wait till December? Yeah. And we could delay this, right? We could delay this some more. Yeah, let's delay this. That's going to piss them off. They're not doing that. As funny as that would be to consider. Honestly, I'm hoping the release date is December 31st, 2025, the latest possible time. Exactly. Well, you know what? When I actually looked up because at one point, Amazon accidentally put Little Nightmares 3 as available to pre-order on Amazon, because I tried to do it. It was $49.99 in Great British pounds, so it was like £50. Or $50, like $49.99, and its release date was actually the 31st of December 2025. But then obviously they scrapped that and took it off. It was only up there for like an hour or something like that, and then it disappeared. But I remember seeing it because I tried to buy it, and I was like, when's the release date? And it had it, and I figured it was just a placeholder date. I actually talked about that in a very early live stream where I was like, the date, you know, has the date been confirmed? Because it says here it's the 31st of December 2025. But that's just a placeholder in my opinion, because that is the latest possible date that they could give it to us while adhering to the timeline that they've given to us so far. Man, I did see those comments on Instagram. It's slightly worse when I see them. I want to send back a whole. But yeah, exactly. Yeah. But you don't want to be a burden. I don't think that you're ever a burden on the comments section, because engagement and interactivity is what helps to promote these games, especially positive engagement. So if you see a lot of negative engagement, like I've seen on a lot of video games recently, it does harm that game's outlook. If I was to hear about a game, if you guys all told me about a game, you said, I don't know, you should play Reanimal, it looks dope. And I asked 10 people about Reanimal, and 9 of them say, no, it's garbage. I'm probably not going to bother, right? Because it has an overwhelmingly negative response. So if we let Little Nightmares 3 get an overwhelmingly negative response, that's the way not only the general public will see Little Nightmares 3 in, you know, from a broad perspective, but also the way the algorithm will view it, because it's getting so many negative reviews so early on the bat that it'll stop promoting it. And if the algorithm stops promoting it, it won't perform when we get it. And if it doesn't perform when we get it, they won't get any money. They can't invest that money in making us a new one. They can't expand the universe. They can't give us Little Nightmares 4. They can't give us a DLC. They can't give us an expansion on the comics. They can't give us Sounds of Nightmares 2. they'll pull the plug on all of these projects because it's just not getting any money, and that money isn't getting there because the advertisement was so bad. The SEO management was really poor because there was so much negativity, and I know that that's coming from a place of, oh well, if they just give us a release date we wouldn't be so negative. But they can't give you a release date because they don't have one yet. Please be patient and nice and friendly. Don't kill my franchise. Don't kill Little Nightmares for Us. Because that's what you're doing. By being insulting and being impatient, you're not helping to rush them along. They're already in a hurry. They know you're waiting. Trust me, they're waiting too. They're just as excited to get this out for your consumption as you are to consume it. I promise you. That's what they want. But they also want to make sure that the product that we get is absolutely S tier. And we'll get that if we're patient enough. But if we run it into the ground by being insulting and negative, then they will stop doing it. I would. If I was making a speculative DLC video and there was 3 or 4 people that really enjoyed it, but then there was 200 people just giving me a really hard time, I'd be like, you know what, this isn't worth the pressure. I'm not making enough money because so many people are negative about it. There's only 3 people that actually like this thing, and it takes a lot of time and effort and investment to make. I'm not going to do it anymore. Screw it. So I just rethink it, do it again, or do something else. Hello, Gunnar. It's great to see you. Sorry I'm so far behind on these comments, by the way, guys. I'm trying intentionally to answer these in as much depth as I can, and it means that I've fallen quite far behind. But I'm not ignoring you, I promise. If I'm not getting to your comment for 5 or 10 minutes, I sincerely apologise, but I'm going to try and get to as many of them as I can. Also, Christmas money would let me buy it without a second thought. Yeah, for sure, right? Have to go to wrestling practice. Have a great stream, Gem. Yeah, appreciate you, Bookworm. Enjoy wrestling practice, and best of luck with the regionals. Keep me updated on your progress. I can't wait to hear about you winning. With the amount of children as well as adults within the nowhere, whatever universe the world or county is in would know about it, unless there is government. Yeah, imagine that. It's almost obvious Otto's professor knew about the nowhere. He probably did. Do you think it was part of some kind of cover-up? That's interesting, isn't it? How many people actually know about the nowhere, and how are these residents a part of it? Are they all adults that found their way to the nowhere, or were they manifested within it? Curious, isn't it? That's why I think it's multi-dimensional, which it absolutely could be, Plasmatic. Yeah, definitely. Give me the rose and Lenome. All yours, Heaven. All yours. Mojo, I just hope Little Nightmares 3 comes out this year. That's all I hope. I don't care about the month. Just give it... Yeah, exactly. Give them time, the better it gets. Sorry for the English, I'm from Germany. Hey, well, guten Abend. Or guten Tag. I'm not sure what time it is in Germany, but guten Tag. I hope you're okay. I hope you're doing all right. I don't speak German, but thank you so much for being here, Mojo. I really appreciate you and your input, and don't worry about your English. My German is pitiful. I actually don't know any German at all. Or very, very little German. What do you think the 4th and 5th chapter will be in Little Nightmares 3, and how long do you think the game will be? I think the game will be a little bit longer than Little Nightmares 2. I do think we're going to get a little bit more than that. It's hard to say what the 4th and 5th chapters are. I think, if anything, we're going to explore... I know the carnival is coming. I'm fairly confident that the carnival is going to be a really expansive area. I think that other areas we could potentially visit might be... We may visit the bathhouse if it's not too controversial. It's difficult because with the general atmosphere in a bathhouse is we're going to have to see these guests, these characters, these nowhere residents in a state of undress, which isn't going to be pleasant for anyone involved, and could also potentially affect the ratings of the game in general. So it might be a little bit difficult to include the bathhouse, but I do know that it has been conceptualized in the Sounds of Nightmares very, very well and very disturbingly, and also there was some early concept art of it in the Little Nightmares art books too, that I've seen, particularly for Little Nightmares 1. I know there was some early concepts drawn up for the bathhouse, which looked really cool. That's the only other area I can think of that we may get to visit, and maybe even the sewer. I doubt it. Again, I'm not entirely sure. I'm just basing that off the fact that we visited a sewer. I would really like to see the mall. Not the mall. The mall. Like the superstore where Noon goes in her dream. I would love to see that conceptualized and actually run through it, go to all the different areas in the mall. Can you imagine that? Because that would be a big place, right? Kind of like the Pale City has a bunch of different shops. You know, it had the barber shop, even though we didn't necessarily get to visit it. It had the tailors, it had the school, it had the hospital, it had a bunch of stuff that you could visit. Well, if we were to get trapped in a supermarket, like a mega complex of some description, we could visit all kinds of stores that I've thought about as well. I don't want to spoil too many of them, but like Noon visited the toy store, the jewelry store, the tailors with the clothing store and things like that. And there's so many different concepts for enemies and areas, environments and stuff that I think would be a lot of fun to explore. So yeah, maybe chapter 4 or 5 could be the mall, but I doubt that's going to be the case. I don't think it's going to be anything like that. No worries, Alex the Frog. I appreciate you stopping by and saying hello. Thank you for celebrating Valentine's Day with us, and I will see you next time. It's a cool game. Yeah, exactly, right? Film 4 or 5. See, yeah, carry on, just GKS, you carry on filming. Guys, forgive me, I will get back to this chat, but I do need to take a very, very brief bathroom break. So talk amongst yourselves for just a sec. I will come back and I will pick up where I left off. Forgive me, I know that I said we're going to watch videos today, and I think that's what we'll do when I return. But for now, I'm just going to drop out for a little bit. Go to the bathroom, refill my beverage, come back and we'll watch a couple of videos together, and then I'll probably wrap up this stream because it's getting a little bit late. But yeah, I will be right back. Forgive me, I'll see you very shortly. Don't go anywhere. Still muted. There we go. Alright, I have returned. Let me see. Okay, hopefully I'm back now. Poll's got 47 votes. Guys, if you haven't voted on the poll, please do so, because it's almost breaking even. It's right in the middle, but I'd really like to know who you guys could tolerate the most out of the teacher or the supervisor. Also, if you haven't hit those thumb buttons yet to let me know what you think of the stream, please do so, preferably the upward facing one, because that would help me with the algorithm. But obviously be truthful and let me know. And what do you guys think of watching a video or two? I'm going to hope that you guys can hear it, because again, there's been some issues with my audio picking up recently. I don't know why, but it just doesn't play music on certain things that I try to capture. But I'm going to try and watch a couple of these videos that we discussed earlier on, because I'm intrigued to see them. But yeah, don't forget to vote, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, and if you haven't subscribed, please consider it, because I think you're going to like some of the things that I've got coming up. I've got some big plans this year. Almost all of them revolving around Little Nightmares. Right, let me just have a quick scan of these comments. Gonna go now. Chat's very busy and it's hard to get a word in. Too many people commenting, it's hard for you to catch me. Yeah, don't worry about it. Catsy, you're absolutely fine, and I'm sorry that it's taken so long for me to get to your comments. I am trying to be a lot more interactive with people recently, and I often go off on tangents, as you very much have come to expect from me by now. I'm sorry that if you don't feel heard, but I am really trying, I promise you. I'm just one guy. Most of the time. Okay. Right, let's see if we can set this up. Right, I'm just going to move my chat over to one side briefly, so that you guys... so that I can still see what you guys have to say. I'm going to open this. Okay, let's watch. 1 second. Let's watch Dance of the Damned. Sorry if I keep drifting off camera, by the way, also. It's really irritating that I can't manage to do that. Alright, what do you guys think? Shall we watch a Dance of the Damned together? Oh. I'm hoping you can hear it. In fact, let me test that first. Yeah, okay, right, cool. Go. What if I turn this right down and then... Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to figure out how I can do this without it bleeding into the mic, because likely you're going to be able to hear this sound twice, and I really don't want that for you. I'd like you to be able to hear it. I think the safest way for me to do it is going to be like this. Lose my face, lose my background, bring up my small face, if it'll let me. There you go, there's my small face. Oh yeah, I forgot I had purple lights today. There we go, right. And hopefully you guys should be able to see everything right here. I've got my chat over there. And yeah, so if I press play and then mute my mic so it doesn't bleed through, and we'll enjoy this together. What do you guys think? Are we ready to watch the Dance of the Damned animation by Little Wolf Studios? Six is the Doom Slayer. She actually is. Oh, that's a tough one, Rexo. I really wonder who would win, because Six with her powers, she seems nigh on unbeatable, right? You know? Yeah, dude, that's a really tough question, actually, and I'd have to consider the logistics of that. Alright then, here we go. I'm going to press play and I'm going to mute my mic and we're going to enjoy this together. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Is that or is that not one of the coolest things you've ever seen in your life? Little Wolf Productions absolutely nailed that. Some of the best animation I've ever seen. Great capture of the characters. Fantastic value in that. It was so wonderful. Like, I think that captured everything that Little Nightmares fans dream of seeing. It was just fun. There was humor, there was passion, there was so much in it. That is an art piece. I thought it was fantastic. I love it. Just the tiny details. Like there was one part where Thin Man was going around with the lady, and then as he twirls her around, he teleports behind her and catches her, and then she floats him up into the air, and you have that big spinning with where the camera pans with them. Wonderful, expertly done, perfectly executed. The music choice, of course, was fantastic. Tobias Lilja, the Little Nightmares dominant musician. I can't remember his actual title, but because I'm overwhelmed right now, that is excellent, absolutely excellent, mind blowing. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Supervisor would defo be with the man in the purple suit. That would be cool, right? I love all the small details in that animation. The animation just mwah, chef's kiss. Absolutely it is. I love that the chefs were dancing together as well. Like, so many funny interactions. Like the teacher with the janitor was great. One of the guests grabbing runaway kid's leg and pulling him away, and then this string of gnomes being pulled away afterwards. It's just, that was such a passion project. That was a straight up love letter to the Little Nightmares fandom, as is obvious with his exceptional views and ratio here. 48,000 likes, one of which I am subscribed, obviously, and 826,000 views. Every one of them deserved, but it should definitely be at 1 million. That is excellent work. Absolutely phenomenal. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. And I believe Little Wolf Productions followed it up with Save the Last Dance with Mono and Six, where we actually get to see their dance continued. So because it's only 1 minute and 28 seconds, I am going to watch that one also. Here we go. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. That was super cute. Really, really cool. Really interesting to see the characters' faces animated. That's really unusual, I find, because we don't get to see the faces very often. So when she unmasked Mono at the end and he's got like a baby face with the big eyes, and like even Six has like big bright blue eyes, it's really endearing, and it creates like something almost out of character. But yeah, again, talking about the animation, it's just chef's kiss. It's wonderful. It's so amazingly well done. I would love to work with Little Wolf Productions on something like this. Well, I say work with, more like commission them to create me something. There's a number of things that I would like to see animated in this style. And I would very, very much love to see like some of my own concepts brought to life in this style. But finding somebody who's this talented at animating, because if I remember correctly, Little Wolf Productions is actually an animation teacher. That's their job. They're like a, I nearly said supervisor. They're a professor of animation, and it's something that they teach, and they work on other things, as you can see. Little Wolf, The Night Trail, they've got up here, and it seems to be critically acclaimed by all the awards and things like that they've got up on screen right now. I haven't checked out any of those because I am like strictly Little Nightmares focused, but that doesn't take away from the fact that everything else they do is going to be of this quality. Like this Save the Last Dance and The Dance of the Damned, they're side projects that they did, just because. And I find that astonishing. Absolutely astonishing. Really, really cool. If you guys haven't checked out their work, please do. And Little Wolf Productions, if you happen to see this and would like to make something for me, please get in touch, reach out. I would absolutely love to do some work with you and like pitch to you an idea or two that I've got circulating up in my Little Nightmares Nowhere addled mind. But yeah, it'd be great to hear from you if you happen to be watching this, and I'm sure my audience here would appreciate that also. Mal, sorry I cut out. Have we seen Dead Hearts? No, we haven't seen Dead Hearts yet, but let's have a look see. So if I type in Little Nightmares Dead Hearts. Aha, here we go. Right, which ones? Ooh, which one's first? I'll tell you what, I'll go straight to the channel. Videos. And then I find the first one, right? Dead Hearts. Have they got a Dead Hearts playlist? No, just memes. Okay, no problem. Ren LN2. Do not repost my content without permission, OMG. Aha, yes, very well. So, this person does not like their content reposting without permission. So, I'm going to refrain from watching these videos. I will watch them in my own time, but due to this person, like specifically very much requesting under no uncertain circumstances, do not repost my content. If I watch this video and then publish the live stream, it will count as me reposting their content, and I have not had a chance to speak to Ren and LN2 and ask for their permission to post this content, so I'm not going to do that. Yeah, I'm really sorry, because it is something that it seems like I would enjoy watching, and you guys would as well, but without permission from this person, I don't feel comfortable saying yes or no, because number one, I don't want to upset anybody, number two, I don't want to get demonetized. So I won't watch this one. I want to, and I probably will. I will reach out to Ren and see if they're going to be okay with me sharing their content on a live stream like this one, but unfortunately it won't be today. I will share something with you guys though. This is my favourite Little Nightmares song. Well, one of my favourite Little Nightmares songs by Rocket Music and Maguire. This one here is the Viewer's song, and the animation was by Salty, and I've seen some of Salty's work as well, and again, it is absolutely incredible, very, very high quality, and I think you guys will appreciate this, and I think you'll appreciate the song and the lyrics and everything like that as well. So I'm just going to go and play this and let you guys listen. Let me know if you've seen it before. I absolutely adore this one. I really, really love it. You'll catch me singing it sometimes in live streams as well, when I'm not like communicating with chat and I'm just focused on the game. This tends to be what I sing along to. So let me know what you think. It's a song about the viewers.
Change the station, these addicts' folded faces in tattered homes get a view of our soul. Fighting the silence, ring loud in crowds like sirens. No kindness, rewind us inside the static. We're lost. Someone please turn it up. Sorry if I'm being too dramatic. Stare into static. Sorry if I'm being too dramatic. If you only knew of the view, I know it consume what you do with the truth. I've seen this show before, yeah, and it never really ends well. Leave a ghost in the boy's shell. Playing over and over again, my friends. I've gone off the deep end. Leave reason for dreaming, 'cause nobody's leaving. Transmission fading. Someone turn it on. Missing faces. If you only knew of the view, I know it consume what you do with the truth. Stare into static. Sorry if I'm being too dramatic. Stare into static. Sorry if I'm being too dramatic. If you only knew of the view, I know it consume what you do with the truth. If you only knew of the view, I know it consume what you do with the truth. Hey, yeah. Stare into static. Sorry if I'm being too dramatic. Stare into static. Sorry if I'm being too dramatic. If you only knew of the view, I know it consume what you do with the truth.
Ah, I love rocket gaming as well, GKS. Rocket gaming, rocket music, actually. I absolutely love them. They do phenomenal Little Nightmares jobs. I like all of them. So all of the Little Nightmares songs I absolutely love, but that one in particular is my favourite. I love the animation on all of these videos. In fact, my favourite animation by them is the Teacher's song. That's haunting. They captured that so well. It's my favourite one. I love the song as well. I absolutely love the song. I think it's great. They're all absolutely brilliant. Another one that I've been a big fan of for a long time, and I will often watch these videos, even just like unironically, you know, when I'm just sitting there in my own time. It's weird because people ask me all the time, you know, oh, what kind of music do you like? It's never a conventional answer that you expect. You know, like some people like, oh, you know, I like metal music, I like rock music, I like this, like that. I like this. You know, this is really cool. Also, there's this one. I think you guys will all know already, but it comes with an SFM. So JT Music partnered with Harry 101, who is another fantastic animator and captures the aesthetic of Little Nightmares incredibly well, much like Little Wolf Productions did, and not Harry 101, the last one I just said, sorry. But yeah, anyway, I watched this one as well. And then I think I might call it a day, guys. I have an entire public playlist. Yeah, likewise. I have a Little Nightmares playlist as well, pretty much dedicated to it. There's so many of them, and they're all so much fun. They're really, really good. Let's watch this one.
You don't look like you belong
sucker falling to the bar where hunger's always kicking. All we got for cargo are the meats for feasting. Lots of chomping jaws and rotten teeth for eating. Button up your coat, the submarine is leaking. I'm stuck in the dungeon with some ugly company, watching me hungrily stumbling, bumbling, thundering after me, clutching their cutlery, ducking and jumping the rubber band under me. All of them wanna just smother and butter me, cut me and duck me in gravy to cover me. Hide in a cover, but not in the oven. I don't wanna go in that pot, they got bubbling. Could I be sleeping? Cause I don't feel sorry. Tumble through tunnels, they're gonna discover me. I'm on a boat with it's not any luxury. All that I got is my cunning to comfort me. If I get lucky, somebody will come for me. Time I depart from my prison under the sea. Take me away where the sun is abundant and give me some grub that I honestly wanna eat. Cause I'm fed up with the stuff up in stomach ache. Sick of this scum, my tummy is rumbling. Should I succumb to my hunger? I'm wondering, will I become a victim of gluttony?
This nightmare ain't over. I watch my window for the morning sun. I know when it's over, I'll just be hungry for another one. Hungry for another one.
Destiny has overrun.
Hungry for another one. Wonder where you're coming from. Hungry for another one.
Do you know what you've become?
Are you hungry for another one?
Mirror, mirror, hold the face you show disgust me. Find me a child for whose youth my heart is hungry.
Your vanity will eventually lead to your demise. Humanity, a profanity under your watchful eyes. How can it be? Who sent for me? A better question, why? At the end of these dreadful fantasies, I hope the sun will rise.
But until the sun is up, we better breed our guests with the wonderful buffet where all the meat is fresh. They don't even need to eat. This is so grotesque. At least I'm not alone. I hope the gnomes know best. Hey, follow us and you might make it alive, even though not many of us survive. Give me a hug, tell me it's alright. Whatever you do, just stay out of sight. Powerful eyes, watch all the time. Don't ever step in the light that they shine. We'll give you something for your appetite. And number 6 is the end of the line.
This nightmare ain't over. I watch my window for the morning sun. I know when it's over, I'll just be hungry for another one.
Hungry for another one. Destiny has overrun.
Hungry for another one. Wonder where you're coming from. Hungry for another one.
Do you know what you've become?
Are you hungry for another one? I've never been easily frightened by the worst in all my dreams. What once was a little nightmare is bursting at the seams. As I try to get by, their eyes stare, feel them burning into me. Did they come to have a good time here, or were they forced to flee? My stomach is turning and churning with greed. Has someone cursed me? I'm yearning to eat. Need something fresher than burnt or dead meat.
I wanted to slur in my teeth.
This nightmare ain't over. I watch my window for the morning sun. I know when it's over, I'll just be hungry for another one.
Hungry for another one. Destiny has overrun.
Hungry for another one. Wonder where you're coming from. Hungry for another one.
Do you know what you've become?
Are you hungry for another one?
Alright, absolutely in love with that one. Again, JT Music, a phenomenal creator. Harry 101 nailed this animation. Absolutely nailed it. Incredible work all around. It is one of my all-time favourites, but I love all of these, like these big budget production ones that are so fantastic to not only to listen to, but to watch. Like, the songs are excellent. Absolutely excellent. I love JT's music. I also love works by the Stupendium and Dan Bull. The Rocket Music, obviously. They all do exceptional work, and it's really, really hard to credit them all. But yeah, some really, really fun stuff in here that inspires me. So, you know, when I'm just sitting there, I'm, you know, thinking about theory video, I'm typing up a script or something like that, I often listen to these kind of tracks and consider them. And yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. But guys, yeah, oh yeah, Dive Into the Madness, exactly. Yeah, that's another one, Dariana. Absolutely love Dive Into the Madness. Phenomenal work by Dan Bull and the Stupendium. A Portal guy animated it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Damn right, Runaway Cobra. One of the best songs. One of my favourites, actually. Again, another one that I sing sometimes in my life. Sing being an operative word there. But we used very strongly is sing. But yeah, but I often reference this song quite often, and people are like, "Oh my god, you know that song?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah, I know that song." I love them. I love them. But it was actually the animation that got me into it more so than the singing. Even though the singing is on point, the raps are absolutely 10 out of 10. But the animation is what really sells it for me, because I find it so immersive. It shows how how they get it, how intricately they understand the universe. It's very, very well done. Anyways, I've been streaming for the better part of 2.5 hours, and I do have some appointments to keep, and I am very, very hungry. So I hope you've enjoyed spending Valentine's Day with me and just chilling out, enjoying having a conversation, a little bit of therapy here and there, some nice videos, and yeah, just a good old conversation about little nightmares. We're celebrating something that we love, and that's what Valentine's Day is all about. So I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves. Don't forget to smash like and leave a vote on the poll if you haven't already while I wrap up. It looks like the teacher just scraped a win. Maybe she is slightly better looking, I don't know. But the teacher has won, barely, with 51 votes. 55% of which in favour of the teacher over the supervisor. So it looks like we won't be supervising her heart. But thank you all so much for joining me. It's been a lot of fun just chilling out with you guys, because again, like I say, I just wanted to do something that gives back to the community and just gives you guys a safe space to be in and vent and talk about whatever it is you want to talk about, and speculate on some little nightmares with me. And everyone's done that, and it's been fantastic. I've really enjoyed myself. I hope you've really enjoyed yourselves. Again, please subscribe and ring the notification bell if you want to see more videos like this from me. I've got more stuff coming up. I've got a theory video hopefully coming out next week, maybe next weekend. I'm working on chapter 5 of my speculative DLC. That's going to be coming out before long, because I've got the artist drawing up the concept as we speak. She's going to send me a sketch out of it tonight, hopefully, so I'm very excited for that. And yeah, a lot of other stuff in the works that can be found on my channel, so feel free to go ahead and binge watch that. And lastly, my very dear friend the Notorious Bass is releasing a very special video this evening in about an hour and a half. So set your timer for 90 minutes and go over to the Notorious Bass's channel. I'll try and link it in the description before I call this stream an end. But yeah, if you'd like to see some of my editing work that I've done, you're going to be privy to that if you stick around for 90 minutes and watch a Notorious Bass's new video, and let me know what you think, and tell him Gemini sent you. He'll appreciate it. He'll know what you mean. Trust me. He knows who I am. But that's going to do it for now, guys. Thank you again so much for joining me on this special occasion, and I hope you've enjoyed yourselves. But until next time, that's game over. Bye.